Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all. Stock market sell-off continued. Bitcoin didn't get the memo. I mean, it's so crazy, right? That the stock market sold off and Bitcoin was showing 4-hour bearish divergence undeniably, but didn't do anything. And it's now, the last 20 minutes of the day rallying to virtually its highest level. Interesting dynamic, right? I mean, interesting. The decoupling continues from Bitcoin and stocks where it's getting pretty ugly over there. My God, I was scanning through my watch list, man, and it's some of these stocks meant 40% downside after just successfully bearishly back testing old, very real ice lines as resistance. It's kind of scary in some ways, and then here you go, Bitcoin. Like, I guess it hasn't hit the top of the range yet, or the June 18th low, so maybe it needs to do that first. Maybe it builds even more bearish divergence on a higher high or the same high, but it's just interesting. A bullish engulfing candle confirmed on the 4-hour in less than 5 minutes. All right, so we have multiple assets looking terrible in the crypto market. I mean, we're talking most of them look awful. They look kind of crashy. I mean, they're at spots where if I wake up tomorrow and the asset's down 10, 20%, it won't be weird. It's the unfortunate dynamic we got going on. You got a few that are potentially great, haven't really taken off at all. I mean, like Shiba, and then Bitcoin Cash looks pretty good. Litecoin has already begun to take off, but it's kind of struggling its own levels. Yeah, weird times, man. It feels really weird, man. Okay, very little movement, I'll tell you that. There's not much liquidity, and it's just stuck. The markets are stuck here, okay? That's Bitcoin daily. Same price it's been since the beginning, like a week now almost. Just range bound between pretty much 16.8 and 17.3. No discernible edge at this current time. I mean, maybe you're starting to build hidden bearish divergence, but there's so much positive momentum now. You could start going, start building again. So I'm not really that. I mean, the 4 hours showing the buyer exhaustion, but the daily's not yet. It's not really strong enough of an argument to be like, oh yeah, it's going down very soon on the daily. Kind of just was screwing around. You look at a channel here, right? Just from the high from August 15th, first anchor point, and then the second anchor point, November 6th. Then you have two touches on the bottom with that. And if you do it like that, if you plot it like that, you're at a heart line. It's been respected before. Maybe it'll be respected again. You think, right? If it breaks this level, 19.4 to 19.6 up here, still remains in a downtrend. But that would be wonderful for like these potential setups we're looking for. We need the macro to not collapse. We need Bitcoin to not collapse. If you want Doge, you want Shiba, you want Bitcoin Cash, you want QNT, you want a few of the other ones, YFI, you want them to moon. You really would prefer Bitcoin breaks this heart line and goes on a run to 19.3 or whatever. Like, we can audio check. Sorry, it's a little loud on my side, but maybe it's not for you. Notice lately it's been way too quiet. I don't know. Okay, so that's your Bitcoin. Ethereum still above this level, man. Still above, like, 1266 or whatever. Still hanging around near the supply line. You think at this point, wow, just go ahead and test it, man. I don't care if it fails, goes to zero after 13.25, but just go test it. I'm still just really torn. Like, has this pattern completed on Ethereum? Chat, has it completed? Not 886, but 885, 85, 86. Also, what is it really? It's actually it's an 83.5% retrace. That's just not deep enough to complete the harmonic, right? I mean, 3% discretion, as Scott Carney would talk about on these touches, 3%, give or take. It's a little too shallow still. So I'm just, really torn on this. Maybe completed harmonic and nearing a supply line of a downtrend you've been in for over a year. So it's kind of Rubik's Cube to me, and I think there are just other ones out there where it's like it's a little bit easier to know. Like, yep, I'm not being stupid here. It's actually at a completion zone. It's actually doing the exact same things you want to see, as you've seen on other assets that have played out before. So maybe it's just like a U.S. oil thing. U.S. oil, by the way, hitting its lowest level in a long time. Multi-month lows since like June, maybe. We'll look at that. Let's go to BNB. Don't care, man. BNB is just like one of the last ones I give a crap about. It's up, man. It's sideways. It's $290. Okay, not at an area that makes that we would care about at all. It's not bullish, not so much bearish. It's more like you're just gambling if you want to actually trade this. There's no strategy here. It's just good luck. Get chopped up like you have been all year. Okay. BNB, and then there's the daily. Jesus chimes. New daily candle, man. It's a new daily candle, and we did it. Okay. Type in the chat. For Bitcoin bullishly engulfing on the 4-hour. Amen. Oh, it's not the icicles. Sorry, it was me not being full screen. Now you're good. What I'm looking at, BNB. BNB, and then XRP, that is fine. That XRP is another one where it's like, man, if Bitcoin can just break that heart line and run up to 17.5 and really maybe 19.3, God, it's gonna be glorious for XRP. We're talking 58 cents if this plays out. It's still holding, man. Right? It's still promising. It's still like one of the ones that one might play if Bitcoin was going to rally, where Bitcoin's kind of more so in, I guess, coin flip territory. This one's more like you got the edge. You want to, if you don't know the macro and you know the individual assets, the asset you want to trade, these are the ones you want to trade, right? When they're showing us the predictable patterns, the things you want to see. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum's kind of, right? BNB definitely not. Doge, I mean, at this point, it being like up 35% from the entry, fifth largest crypto besides the stable coins, it's holding up relatively well, but just cannot break 10.6 to 11 cents. It just can't, man. It's just too real of area, as you can see. But hopefully absorption's going on. Even if it goes down to 9.1 cents, no one wants to see that, because that's going to be taking out a lot of the gains from the entry. But if it went down and it tested it again, it's really not going to be that bad. I mean, like, until it falls below 7.4 cents, it's virtually reversed its trend. Higher highs, higher lows. Just make another higher low, and it's just more accumulation argument. So, again, it's maybe not on the 4-hour, maybe not lately, but it had been a really good setup. Kind of hard to say, like, hey, good time to enter now, because, again, it could go to 9.1 cents, and it'd still be fine, technically. And then, because we look at Doge, we'll just go straight to Shiba, because, Shiba's little brother, and it's technically pretty awesome. Hey, man, I mean, it's just like, you made your highest daily candle close yesterday since November 12th, and then yesterday, 2 days ago now, technically, because of the new day. But yesterday, bearish engulfing candle confirmed. But really, it's just in line with all the other candles. It's just continuing to make kind of higher lows. And we know you're at basement levels, dude. Basement levels. So, if you fail here, good God, how terrible is the market, Chalk it up to that. And then you got, so continue on, man. Just, it could keep doing it. Eventually, you're thinking if it's going to play out. You don't ever know if it's going to play out, okay? But we know, based on all these variables, it seems probable that it would eventually break upward in dramatic fashion like it's done in the past. 1296, 1340, that's like 40% to 45% upside still. And then you go, just another one that looks great is Bitcoin Cash. I really like this one, man. It's a trade setup, it's because it's so easy to strategize. Stop loss below 104.81. Why? Because that's the whole reason why you're longing to begin with. on this crap, right? It's a joke. It's Bitcoin Cash, Doja's too, Shiba. They're all jokes. But the technicals, that's the only reason why we would be longing these. It has back tested that inflection point as support successfully. The tweezer bottom. Engulfing candle was just confirmed on the daily yesterday. That's crazy. Okay, bullish engulfing candle, man. High with the shot. Still no higher highs, though. We need to get a higher high. But where you are, the upside takes you to 134, 135. That's what you'd be targeting for if you were already long on this after the back test of spring was successful on the 28th. Okay, let it ride. If it dies, it dies. If it pumps, it pumps. You look at the weekly on Bitcoin Cash, you just tell me, man. I mean, this is just some critical thinking here where it's like buy low, sell high. All right, so it may not be valid because I'm omitting the stupid scam wick. But everything else, though, like it's like you have down sloping consolidation, right? Price contraction. Above that key level, it's still visible on the weekly from 2019. And you just look at it, it's just straight line down since May. I mean, non-stop. May 2021. We're talking, what a downtrend, man. I mean, just how many days? That's 574 days of just death, pain, and despair virtually. And you're just happen to be right here. I mean, can you really be that disappointed, I mean, in yourself if you try to take a shot at one of the lowest risk areas ever on the chart and it fails? I mean, you're doing the right thing when you're trying to take shots on assets that are hitting levels like this, the basement. You flip the chart over and just reassess and think, would you want to be going long here? If this is the way the chart looked, it's just been on this run for a year and a half, right? And it's now hitting virtually all-time highs, near it, and it's consolidating like that, and it's just seen all this negative momentum. You hadn't seen, remember, I'm talking inverted here, you haven't seen positive momentum since July 18th. I mean, dude, things are just getting really sketch here. And if a reversal, I mean, it would seem more probable of a reversal here than a continuation, but again, yeah, it could just, it's a joke market, I know. It's crypto, it's beanie babies, but buy low, sell high. Not buy high, sell low. I mean, like, if you don't like it at $100 at inflection points and divergence and all that and wedges, and I mean, like, there are people that were going long and aping into Bitcoin Cash in May of 2021, man, and they, like, it's a better argument to be going long now than anywhere during the pumps, right? So, all right, that's it. So just a lot of them are like that, but then not a lot, only some. Some are like kind of like Bitcoin Cash, and then the rest are just hot garbage. If they crash, got it. Makes sense. There was no discernible edge. They look awful. Okay. So let's move onward and upward to Cardano, I guess. Look at XRP. Cardano's one that looks just crashy. Crashy, I'm describing it that way. It just looks bad. Like nothing. No one's buying it. You can clearly tell it's miserable. Bitcoin's rallying. It's been rallying. And I think Bitcoin started rallying on the 10th. No, November, 22nd? Dude, it's so bad, dude. 22nd. Yeah, Bitcoin is off its lows from the 22nd. It's up 10.66%, and then Cardano is up like 4%. Massively underperforming the macro, which means, and where you are, you could just, how could you not imagine crash, much lower prices soon? What's up, Matthew? YFI margin delisting just announced by Binance. Oh, did it affect the price? Or that was the crazy one? Nope, no effect on the spot price anyway. 0.38% up on the.
Happy holidays, Mitch and everyone. Another pump and dumb beanie baby, Troy used. 4A charter weekly.
Someone's chicken. Thanks for joining. Well, you know, Troy won the Sun Belt, so maybe it's not a pump and dump. We'll check it out. Thank you for the contribution to the stream. So we kind of unveiled it. I mean, we did it today where we made another tier for support on the Discord. Just if you want, if you check the you know, server subscriptions, there's now like just, you know, a $15 tier, 25, and then the standard, the Citadel member. These are just, you know, emojis and supporting the channel. You get a green R, white R, and then the red R. Kind of trying to make it like that, making that R bigger. Don't worry. So just saying. That's like just something we rolled out today. So it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this guy's talking about what they rolled out literally today and yesterday, you know? So anyway, Cardano, get wrecked, awful. We normally don't even go, because we go to Sol that kind of pumped up 3% yesterday. Who cares, man? It was a tool that Sam Bankman-Fried used to defraud his users. So it's holding 1246. And if you're talking about technicals, not it being a fraud, I mean, it could run to $16. You could run to $18, and it wouldn't be that weird based on what it did historically when it did hold 1246. So, okay, maybe there's upside here. Momentum shifting on a scam? Sure. But aren't there other assets out there that are kind of shifting Momo too that look okay? Yeah. We could just keep going. Tron, I think the crash is coming. Look at your daily here. This is, I mean, come on, man. What's developing is so real. It's like, yeah, there it is. There's hidden bearish divergence on Tron after buyers defended 5 cents for the 50th time. Like, just look at this and tell me, like, how does this not collapse in time? I mean, there's the high from 2018. There's the high from 2020. There are all the lows. And just buyers are defending, but I think there's absorption of remaining demand because every time it pivots on the top side, it's making lower levels and it's below the 200 moving average, below everything. And now it's starting to show a discernible bearish edge on the daily. I don't know how you can have any faith or trust in this. It just looks bad to me. It's Bitcoin 2018 fractal, man. Yeah. I mean, they don't all look the same at all. Like, I don't even know if any other crypto looks like Tron right now. None that has a larger market cap. None. So it's in its own world of bad distribution, descending triangle behavior out the yazoo. And then, you know, so it's bad. And then there's another one that looks bad. And it's like XLM. I mean, just like what? Like XLM looks terrible.
Hey Michi, stocks are disappointing, Bitcoin is disappointing, real estate is disappointing, Pulse Dogecoin on the other hand is mega outperforming like the Christ man himself. Thoughts?
We'll look at it. That had been doing well. I'm impressed. Kind of amazing. Yep. Thank you, Kush Blunts, for continuing to show your support to this channel. Very grateful, dude. Okay, just know, grateful. Like, dude, when you're tipping in these market conditions every day, like, it's like amplified gratitude because, you know, in bull markets, I can't even like do analysis because so many like tips are rolling in, super chats rolling in, people are, you know, shilling S coins and all that. But dude, here you are in the worst market conditions possible. Yeah, like almost virtual depression conditions. And you're tipping $20 every day. So I'm very grateful, dude. Thank you. Unfortunately, XLM looks like it's about to collapse. I mean, if you look at history, if you respect and care about levels, right, you know for a fact XLM at 9 cents is like everything. Every time it rejected 9 cents, it went so much lower, going down from 9 cents Well, for the first time, right? 2019, 9 cents to 5 cents, right? Goes down 44% in like 5 days. And then it goes and tests it again and then fails and goes down 53% in 44 days. And then eventually it tests it again and then it crashes even worse. How can it get any worse, man? Yeah, right? That's what people were saying on XLM, I guess. How could it get any worse? It goes down 70% in less than a month. And then eventually, finally, the selling climax came in, the V-shape, the money printer turned on. All right. Higher lows, higher highs. We're starting to reverse here. You know, okay. But I'm just saying, we're not in that situation at all. The context is lower highs, lower lows forever. And look at this. You're below it. You're confirming that old level of that was once resistance is resistance again, no doubt. And you're starting to roll over, and you know, like, you have about 16% downside here. I mean, you go to 7.2 cents minimum, and it's just the low from 2019. I mean, this looks so different than XRP. It looks so different. Kind of crazy, man. And there are others, man. I mean, we do it all day. We could just look at them. We go to YFI that's been on the good side. Like, well, hey, man, I mean, like, this is amazing. Like, if market participants, if there are enough of them that demand this asset and they can breach through all the supply that's at 74.50, this thing could go up to stupid levels. This is a very, what is it, man? Like 90,000, what is it? I can't remember how many are there of YFI. It's a very fixed supply. And that's how it went to $95,000 one time. I think that like it's float has everything to do with it, but if it breaks that, you have to use your imagination.
Mark,
and what it did historically, you could do it again.
Levels S coin threshold, which is T/used by
I looked at it, man.
Is gonna get to. Hard to find on TV randomly. Happy summertime from the southern hemisphere. Hot AF, mushroom.
What's up, Nick? Thanks for the mushroom, dude. I looked at T. I think someone had brought it up in the Patreon. I looked and like it was so gross and weird and not good looking that I didn't post about it. But the other one, GTC, I did post about because it was okay. It was at the bottom of a range or something. So nothing significant stuck out, but we will look at it on stream for you. Okay. Thanks, man. So you get it, YFI. This is on a mega breakout watch. It may fail, and it's not making higher highs. It hasn't made a higher high. When's the last time this crap made a higher high? You got to go back a long way. So we're still in the downtrend, but it's promising harmonic completed. You know, breaking local supply lines and testing crazy inflection points, ice lines, and breaks it. Stupid upside. I have an alert set up. You should have it set up to above 74.50. If you hear it, you better be going to that chart because it could happen so fast, or where you get a day like you did in July, where just a few days where this just straight up melting faces after it lost 98+% of its value from its all-time low. And remember, this is coming off of a run. It was at $95,000, and this is the finished product of YFI at $7,000 right now. Okay, let's shift it, man. Let's go to the S&P 500 because it really is a talking point. I mean, this is serious, dude. This is, you never know, but dang, man, the stage was very much set for lower prices, was it not? Morningstar reversal, a perfect back test of the supply line that goes back to the beginning of the year. Dang, Kush Blunts, let's go, dude.
I'm here with you through the thick and thin. This bear market definitely sucks for sure. I'm happy to support your talent. What you do is immensely valuable in all market conditions.
Thanks, dude. Really nice, man. What you said was more valuable than $69. Thank you, dude. It was like $100, $200 TTS, words. Thank you, dude. A lot of value there. Well, we'll get through it, man. We always do. And the strongest plants grow in the harshest conditions. speaking of harshest conditions, the S&P. And you broke the wedge, right? A bearish breakdown confirmed with daily candle close. That bearish divergence that you can see down here, you're finally showing negative momentum as of today. Not yesterday, but today. First level of negative momentum you've seen since October 12th. Remember, as we talked yesterday about just the utter failed attempts to break into the bullish control zone, and you're back, and now you're rolling over. And where you are, they're just not that much, right? There's just, you go to the weekly, there's nothing here. It's a straight line up and down. So I'm just, it makes too much sense. It was perfect, dude. How it's not over yet. It was the lowest daily candle close since technically since November 9th. And there's an open gap at 37.50. So there's new targets down there. That's one target. If you measure the move too, it's not too large of a pattern, but again, if you measured it from the breakdown, I mean that your target is 36.50. So let's see if it respects the TA in that regard, or performs just modestly fine, right? 200 moving average, supply line, the wedge matured completely. Everything made sense. The divergence, all of it. And now you've dumped. Great. Dow Jones also dumped and broke something. Breaking 33.729, headed to 33.222, which, as you can see, has been, a few times been a peak and a valley and a valley and a peak, and will soon be a potential valley again. But no guarantees, as this thing had just gone on a crazy run. Outperformed everything because of energy, but energy, that's the thing we're going to look at. Could be done, man. And I know, like, famous last words, but dude, for real, confirmation high. We've been here. We discussed it like last week. We were on the XLE, presenting an argument for why this is exactly where a massive reversal could occur. We'll just shift to it right now, the XLE. Remember that time? It was an 886 from your 2014 high to the COVID crash low. 88% retrace once, big sell-off, then an attempted rally, utter failure. And that rounding action, it was beautiful. A nice bearish engulfing candle yesterday, even a back test of 91.50. What was 91.50? 2008, baby. It's just like the commodities, just like soybeans and corn and wheat. This is doing the same effing thing. But you've got just two highs, now two peaks, not one. So maybe this is the big one. What a run it's been on, though. And it started with a harmonic, October 2020. But don't you understand why it was like, definitely, if you weren't going to go short, going long, it was the dumbest thing you could have ever done. Going long at a completed, like an 88% retrace, a major one, on the second failed attempt with bearish divergence. Yes, definitely bearish divergence on the daily. And now you can see why, down 2.64%, it led. Well, I think communications led the losses today. The XLC, and you want to see how pretty this is. It was attempting a breakout and then back in, baby, back inside the well-established downtrend. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Very pretty. Tested $52 to boot. $52 happens to be a peak from 2018, a peak from 2019, a valley from 2020. It was now, for the second time, a resistance. That's confirmation that level's a resistance again, rolling over. And I mean, and if you look at this and you understand what happened when it failed that time, it went down to freaking $39. I mean, this thing could go way lower. That could have been it. This led the losses down 2.88%. But yeah, man, we could look at these ETFs of these different individual sectors. It's the individual assets that are so gross, man. Like, what was it? Was it Enphase or Nove? I'm trying to think with my brain here, remembering, scanning through charts. Yeah, this was it. Yeah, hold on. I was screwing around with that. Look at this. In-phase energy. Energy. Wait, this is in-phase energy, but it's a semiconductors. How is this semiconductors when look what it's doing? You're at the supply line, and it's the second time, right? I mean, if this keeps going, mother of God, unreal, right? But like, you're just kind of thinking critically here. You're elevated. It's the second attempt. It's a supply line, and it's failing, and it's down 7.77%. Super lucky, feeling lucky. One high, then the higher high with lower levels. You could definitely say there's bearish divergence in the RSI of some sort. I mean, good God, if that's not the lowest risk area for a short, then what is? Right angled and ascending, broadening formation. Lowest risk area. Yeah, for shorting. But, and before moon, I guess. But like still, right? Isn't it crazy up here? There are other ones. God, scanning through them. Anyway, let's just go back to the NASDAQ, knock out the rest of the index funds, and then get to the request. Ugly, right? Really, really ugly. Like, it was diverging. Just slightly higher highs than previous highs. Just weak, bearish consolidation price action. I mean, this is like the epitome of a bear market rally. 10,823 probably in time. And then the IWM, which as of yesterday, what happened? Fell back into the big channel, bearish channel, and got follow through today. And probably going to fill a gap at like 175, but probably 173. The problem is it's not once, it's twice. It's like confirming. It's like double topping on slightly higher highs and falling back below all the key levels that you had to get above. All of them. Look at that divergence, man. And look at this, man. Just like the freaking S&P. It's just, how in the world? One failure, second failure. It's like up thrust and then the back test of the up thrust. How are you gonna up thrust or back test and up thrust on the RSI? That's crazy. Up thrusting through 60 and then perfectly back testing it that last time before dumping, and now you're lower threshold of neutral. Yeah. Here's your gold, dude. Sorry. Gold, failed attempt, breaking the 200-day moving average, and at the same time, failing to break the key of key levels. There it is. Failure. You failed. 1, 2, buyers exhausted. So, and the bearish divergence is so apparent. So it's like if TA's respected on gold, I mean, you at least go to 1682 if this plays out. If it fails, okay, whatever, great. TA disrespected, but this, if TA is respected on gold, you would probably continue downward now, which would be perfect because maybe inverse head and shoulders would be nuts. Silver, 113. Caught some follow through today. Bearish divergence, certainly on the daily at the level after a bear. And this is confirming a bearish engulfing candle. So, I mean, of course it could keep going, but dang, man, this is definitely a high risk area for fresh longs. That's all I can tell you. High risk area for fresh longs up here at these levels. Okay, all the variables are implying down next, not up, even if it did go up. Okay. US oil broke support. That's it, dude, right? Lowest daily candle close on US oil since December 23rd, 2021. We're talking almost a year low. Lowest low we've seen in a year, and certainly has broken a major support resistance or an inflection zone or an ice line, whatever. It's not a joke, man. 2011, look, 2006. I don't know if it goes back even further. Yeah, so, I mean, that broke today or yesterday with confirmation. So the downtrend continues, and how crazy, right? An 85% retrace shark ushered in the reversal. Gorgeous. So the target, I think, if this is a real bearish breakdown, you don't completely immediately rally back above it, $61.75, $60 target on US oil. All right. Was there already death cross? I think there was already death cross, and it was, yeah, the death cross happened on US oil in September. So that's playing out pretty well, isn't it? It's not what you want. Super bearish right now, US oil. And then natural gas down again, the lowest daily candle close on natural gas since October 24th, the reversal day. And it was perfect, right? It was like one high off a reaction, the second attempted rally, and that second attempt was slightly higher high, and you tested inflection point from history. You hit the pattern completion zone of a bearish 5-0, and it's performing pretty freaking well so far. And where you are, you come back, test 575, but probably $4.60, $4.60. Things are turning around on commodities. Commodities look wrecked. They do, okay? Individually, just looking at some of these live cattle futures, finally, we got some sort of move, man. Finally, let's go, dude. This used to be, I swear to God, like for real, when you were watching the stream and we're talking back in late October, early November, this was a 1618. I have no idea what happened. I didn't change anything. It's now the 1414. But either way, it's sitting at either a 1414 or 1618, whatever. It's finally dumped, man. Only 1%. But when major markdown, like we saw on lean hogs, soybeans, corn, wheat, all of them, right? Corn, I think, is now officially in a bear trend. The trend has officially reversed for real on wheat futures. Yeah, lower commodities good for inflation. Well, this is the point. It's a cycle, though, man. They're cyclical. Look what happens to these assets. I mean, they go down, they get wrecked, they go down to levels they hadn't seen, and look, man, 2005, 2008, and then 2008, 2009, and they rally. Wow. Then they come back down to virtually the same price, near it, and then they go on a run, and then what do? This one not so much, but the other one's like they go up to what the levels they were at when they topped out in 2008, and they collapsed, right? So, great example was the soybeans chart that held up pretty well actually today. Like the soybeans, dude. Saying, hey man, they're cyclical, right? They 2008, 2009, they run up, oh my god, and in 2012 they top out virtually near the previous high, and then they confirm distribution and they dump, and then where do they go? They go back to the same level and they sit there for years, but then finally inverse head and shoulders, spring back test, the cycle, a new cycle. They run up, they test the level from 2008, and then a dump, and then a back test of old resistance as support, then an attempted rally, just like Bitcoin did from 65K to 69K. Attempted rally here. This is 69K. Massive gap down. There was a perfect bearish harmonic there. Reversal stuff. We were all over it, when it happened, before it happened. Because look, man, it's like the probability is high that it would reverse here, and it has reversed there. But this one's pretty cool that it's actually trying to still make higher lows than the previous lows. So maybe it's not done. I'll just show you, okay, what I was talking about. It is the DBC. This is the commodity index, okay? Commodity index here. All right, look at the levels. Look at the high back from 2006. That was a reversal area. It's been another look. One time in 2013, no one knew. The second time, though, in 2014, everyone knew and it collapsed. So here we are, you know, one high, then a second, a lower high. Look at you're below the 200-day moving average. This is the commodity index tracking fund. Negative momentum building in the bearish control zone now. And I'll just plot it, man. Like once. And then twice. So we confirmation of distribution, buying climax in June, confirming it's over, dude. Like the buyers attempted a couple times to see, are there more market participants than there was in June? Absolutely not. But it's been above the 200 moving average from October 2020 all the way to September 2022. We're talking like 2 years above the 200 moving. It's below it now, and it's starting to separate and diverge away. Price is diverging from the 200. Probably, you know, the 50. Look at the death cross happened on commodities in October, late September. Below all three moving averages. Yikes. It's really ugly. You want to be above. Like, imagine flipping that and like, wow, all this accumulation, you're above all the moving averages now? What the? Okay. Whoops. What's up, where experts go? How you doing, man? Thanks for the 15 super chat. Very cool, dude. Bro, you could join the Discord. Oh yeah. So Elon, Thrust, Golsheet, Jimbot, and Lovejeet, thank you all four of y'all for joining the Discord Patreon, but it's called the Citadel. So thank you all for joining the Citadel and play these Jesus chimes for you. Thank y'all. Yesterday, if you don't know, Discord has come out with its own Patreon, and so we're making that available to you there.
/use Bittrex 0.014001000 ETH.
So Matt Quran, man, thanks for the 1775. Oh, you tried. Those dang 1 penny fees. Thanks, dude. DGB, I think it looked terrible. I think I'd scanned it today. It was miserable looking, maybe. Look, get wrecked. Commodities, chat. You understand? Not looking good here, but what a run, man. What a run on commodities. So probably $22 in time. I know there's this one low from 2012, but dude, look, I mean, that's it right there. 22 bucks. You ever break that? Wow. 18 bucks. You just think about like a 886 here. It's crazy. So anyway, Dow Jones Transportation Index. Look what happened, man. A false breakout. This is the worst. This is false bullish breakouts are going to have dire, devastating consequences. A well-established downtrend. You can't argue with that. A double top from November 14th and December 1st. 4-hour, 8-hour bearish divergence. So it's reversing. It's fallen back into the channel. It's rejecting the 200-day moving average again. And there just is kind of nothing here. You've broken, look, 14,080 was not a joke. It was real. And even if you were going to be conservative and be like, okay, 13,962 to 14,800, that you're below it now. You traders have settled up below. It's a bearish breakdown confirmed today. And yeah, man, I mean, eventually maybe 11.3 or something, like way lower, man. All right. Transportation. Anyway, we could look at everything, but that's what we got going on. I mean, sweet. We'll change it up later. It's funny though, Discord doesn't give you notifications. Let's go to that. We didn't even go to total today, did we? I like totals. Yeah, you do. You like totals, man. All day, right? It's okay, right? Totals. I mean, virtually no change. I mean, I'll look at this every single day. Just look at the analysis from the past 5 days. It's the same thing. No change. None. That's what Frank thinks, dude. If, you know, we're praying. If this what, like, hey, one time no one knows, maybe the second time everyone knows, and then fine, then rally us to 930 billion. So the altcoins that do look promising can go insane and we can make money on them instead of them getting stopped out and everything collapsing, you know? So there is hope, but there's not any movement at all in like a week. Yikes. Now, you're never screwed when you have a stop loss, unless you get a running stop, and then you are screwed for real. Okay, let's go to these requests, knock them out real quick. So it was Troy to the US dollar, Tether first. Go Trojans, won the Sun Belt. Oh my God, dude. Well, it's just kind of crazy, dude. It's kind of crazy that, like, I mean, you're kind of at this level where in history you've gone insane. It's gone to 0.8 of 1 cent, you know, if it holds. And here it is. And I don't want to be that guy, but Troy did make from the low to its highest highs. It's at an 88% reaction, or 88% retrace reacting to 2.5 tenths of 1 cent, right? So, and it's like an M shape, informal M shape, 2 peaks, you know, there's no higher low or higher, you know, whatever, low or high, or a higher high or a higher low. It's just the same. So is it not really in too deep on B? It's not a formal harmonic really, but it is cool that it's a complex wave structure completing at an 886, and the 886 happens to be lined up with this mass inflection zone. So that's all I got for you. It's Troy, so, you know, if Bitcoin crashed or something, this is gonna go to kind of break that support and make the lowest lows. But it made its lowest low in May, and it's still, sellers have been unable to take that low out yet. So kind of intriguing, but it's super liquid. I bet if you're trying to long it, it's like, good luck, how your order is gonna get filled. That's like most of the coins are like that, right? It's like, how do you even, you know, your orders, are people buying, are people selling, you know, at the price you want? I don't even know on some of these. That's your Troy, right? It's okay. It's technically, it's not, look, man, there are ones like Algo and many others, most of them, right? You look at this one, okay, 886, higher low, bottomed out in May. And then you go to Algorand, and guess what Algorand did? Did Algorand bottom out in May? Look where it was in May. Look where Algo was in May. It was at 36 cents. I mean, since May, Algorand is down 35%. Troy made a higher low. Completely different world of performance, right? So this one, I mean, it's like at its lowest level since November of 2020, and that's like one low. I mean, I think it probably will see 16.6 cents soon. So it's like not all these coins are created equal at all. You have to go one by one and determine with higher lows, higher highs, whatever's been going on, back tested levels from history, which ones are the better performers. This one's terrible. Most are like this though. Silver spot targets. For the pullback, we'll look, okay. Thanks, dude. What happened? My music stopped? On some weird, like, the whole song's just nothing. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Right, Troya. Not granted terrible. Better than most. Doesn't mean it can't collapse when Bitcoin collapses. So, Pulse Miller's Dogechain coin.
I am following you since December 2020. I learned so much from you. You helped me as a newbie not getting wrecked and establish myself as a profitable trader. Can't thank you enough for this.
What's your real thoughts
Thanks,
on
Paul.
Dollar Gala? I'm heavy invested. Does it have a future in this crypto space? No financial advice, just opinion.
So, Bossy, thanks, dude. All I can do is tell you what the technicals look like. It doesn't matter what it does. Not really. It's gonna be, its price action is gonna be dictated by speculation, momentum, and the macro performance. Always. Even if somehow, hey man, it has a working product and people use it, doesn't matter. Price is irrelevant. I mean, the things I just talked about are the most relevant for how these things perform. Always. It's been like that. That's why you got Bitcoin Cash at its lowest level since 2019, you know. Bitcoin Cash works. Yeah, you can use it. Ethereum, you can use it. Anyway, so Paul... That was his last name, was It Feels So Good. Thank you, dude. And thank you for investing yourself, because no one else will invest for you. I'm telling you, man, no one will. So you gotta, what is it? Tighten the bootstraps or whatever. Roll the sleeves up and get at it. But if you keep doing it every day and then you come back to yourself in a year and all of a sudden you've transformed to another person because of how much investment you've made in yourself, it's like you can't believe it. Like where you started and where you are now, it's night and day. Shula Saban stuff. So, yeah, man, you got Pulse Doge Chain broke the resistance, man. Right? We're talking about, this is the problem area. It rejected it, couldn't break it yesterday, but today busted through like those prison stocks. And where you are, I mean, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's it. So, I mean, like 884 seems like a likely target here, even if it's going to reverse there. And I'm just talking about maybe, potentially, you've got a dragon, right? The supply line was the spine, but think about this here. So 886, well. Look here, listen. Why not? I mean, look, it can pull back, whatever. This is a valid idea until it makes a lower low than 370. So 884 target in time, even if it pulls back, just pivot and make higher lows than the previous lows and you'll be all right. That's it for now. Wow. Crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. Let's go do T to US dollar tether.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
T to US dollar tether. Hard to find on TV. No, it was easy, but it's so illiquid. It's a scam. And this is like why I'm like, on Binance, yeah, he asked me. Dude, like I have no idea why someone would even talk about it yesterday in the Patreon, and I have no idea why you'd request it. What about this? Nick, what about it? Makes you be like, oh, it's time. It is time to rise. Nothing. No bullish divergence. At all-time lows. I got nothing, man. I have no clue why it would even be a request or even be talked about twice in a day, you know? Nick, man. Trash levels. And dude, this 1.8 cents, 1.8 cents too expensive. There's no point. It's like if it pumped, it was based on nothing. You get that? It would be, oh, you went to the slot machine at the casino, you hit it, and it actually, you got paid, you won, you didn't do anything, there was no edge, you actually had, it was less probable. If you played the game long term, you'd be wrecked. So that is the game we play as traders. We're playing the game long term. We're playing the numbers game. So we're playing multiple charts over multiple months, years, and it's like you can't keep going long on assets with no discernible edge. You're gambling. And this one, there's nothing intriguing, like Troy, right? Troy, wow, man, higher low, 886 locally. It bottomed out in May, and now it's hitting an ice line from history. And this one's like, God no, to everything. I don't care if it pumps, right? Sorry, dude, that's T. DGB. You know, I mean, like, Matt, you're asking DGB, man. Here it is. Here's your DGB. It's like, yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, it's like, If Bitcoin just does any move down, I just don't see how this does well. I mean, look at the level. It's below it. Okay, it's below the low from 2017, below the level from 2018, 2019. All the peaks from 2019, 2020. It's below the low from June, right? It's not like look, it just made its lowest low, multi-year lows on DGB just recently, just a week and a half ago, made the lowest lows in years. That's not an endearing chart. That's not like one you want. Dude, you don't want to be looking for the ones that just made multi-year lows a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And not to mention, it is formally attempting to back test that old support, resistance as resistance again. So if it breaks to the upside, wow, man, that's great. But I cannot, in good conscience, like this asset until it gets above 8.2 tenths of 1 cent. It's at 7.5 tenths of 1 cent.
Could you take
right
a
now.
look at VNindex, Vietnam, with Apple Talk/China reopening talk?
What's up, Matt with 1T? Thanks for the 20, dude. Matt with 1T. Far more utility. He's a lot lighter to carry around. Thank you, dude. Yeah. So bad until further notice. Hey, man, in 2 days, this thing gets back above the level and then formally back tested as support. And it's like, hey, that was a fake out, a false bearish breakdown. That's fine, but it hasn't occurred yet. So it's like, you want to wait for it to happen before we start talking about it, right? Just so far, it's a joke. It's real bad technically. Hey, remember that time we talked about Troy making a higher low from its low in May? Well, this didn't happen to DGB. DGB and Algorand are making lower lows, multi-year lows. Okay. They're not created equal. Some are better than others, for sure. Thanks, Matt. Silver spot targets. Speaking of, we need to look at SI, which is Silver Gate, right? Got destroyed today. The one that has all the ties to FTX. Targets on XAG, I would say 50% on the first one, low to high. I would say first target's $20.55. $20.55. Right, so I can just do this for you if you want. That's the first target. And if it was going to perform pretty well and continue a downtrend, then you can go 618. That's fine. 1 and 2, and then 3 would be an 886 probably. Because then it's really performing well. 886 takes you down. Oh yeah, near supports. So I think if you're targeting here, if you think the bearish divergence is going to play out where it played out at an inflection point with the bearish engulfing candle that caught follow through yesterday, these would be the targets in time. Up and down, up and down. A couple weeks go by, but this is probably, that's how I would target for them. Where experts go. Thank you, dude. We're going, man. Gala's next. Aussie. So you're getting it. It's just in order, right? These are all requests. Everyone I'm doing right now are requests. So they just requested before you did. But Gala's next, okay? So there you go. If it was gonna play out, all right, let's leave it up. Speak of the devil. Always in order. Oh, this one's just awful, man. Good God. I don't even know what to tell you. It's like it's not like most others. I don't know. It's like most, I guess, where it's a joke. It crashed and there's no one making a market on it. And it's just the bots are set up to just dump it on they're fading every single little rally. Oh, green candle, fade it. Green candle, fade it, short it. Okay. And now it's at the lowest level it's seen since, I guess, it was listed on Binance September 2021. how much of anything endearing or good about that? Look at that. I mean, if you plot it like that, it broke a supply line, a potential wedge, broke downward. The MACD is bearish. It's not showing bullish divergence. Maybe the RSI is. But yeah, you're getting near the basement, I'm sure, but don't you want to be... There are ones out there. There are cryptos out there that are showing accumulation now. They're not showing the lowest lows kind of ever recently. They're not. I'm just like... I appreciate the contribution. I've got nothing for you on this. Like, I can't articulate a bullish argument besides, hey man, 99% retrace. Lowest low kind of ever.
Dollar NMR daily shot up yesterday, back testing old resistance as support now.
I don't know, Charizard. We'll look at it. Thank you, dude. There's a better chart. Is there? Oh, I don't know, dude. Maybe. I'll be really candid. I'm not one to be looking at Gala charts on what exchange is best because it's a joke. Nope, I'm looking around and finding none. I mean, if it was, it'd be like on one chart, dude, which is a joke. Now, like all of these exchanges, I think I was on the one with the most data. Binance, I think all of these are like Gemini and Bitstamp. They're all like lowest lows ever. And we got the one on Binance that's like at near its lowest low. So just terrible, and there's nothing redeeming about it. Like, oh, there was more data. Nope. Not really. Sorry, man, it sucks. It's not your fault. It just sucks. Unless you're a developer, it might be your fault. Thank you, Aussie man. VNI, NDEX, yeah, Vietnam Index. Ooh, I need to add this to my list. Oh my goodness, what an ugly candle, down 4% today. Well, I don't think I've ever looked at the Vietnam stock market, dude. Nice little reflexive rally that started mid-November, but today, yikes, bears taking back over. Contact the Bear Network for a bearish engulfing bearish Mara Bazoo. Can't say hidden bearish divergence, but man, it was close, wasn't it? Made a slightly higher high. Really bad downtrend, man. I mean, should probably plot it like this. Dang. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That's a nice little channel there. You got 2 touches on the bottom and 2 on the top, and it was so weak it couldn't even test the supply line again. I think it goes without saying, very bearish trend, and I would say for real, like, you got major inflection zone at 1026. Another one's going to be at 884. That's where it went to. So maybe, just maybe, the Vietnam index can back test kind of this level here, or the high from 2018, 2019, and multiple times 2019. Maybe that's where, and I'll plot this one too, because look what happened in February 2021. So you are above one level, and above that level, there's not much until 1200. Peak from 2018 and a peak kind of from 2021. I mean, God, it's like a zone, right? So you've broken back above one level, and you know that's fine. Maybe it's just coming to back test it. Maybe you get a formal back test, but I'll tell you this, on the Vietnam index, breaking below 1012 is doom, right? You go right back down to 884. That's it. This thing has retraced maybe 78% from the COVID crash low. That's really bad. Not even, right? Maybe a 74, 73% retrace. So, and a reflexive rally is nothing to write home about, right? First time, no one knows. Hopefully, if it ever went back down to 884, it could pivot again and we could get a second low. But like for now, it's an extended bear market rally, clearly. And it's down 4%. Worst day it's had probably since mid-November. Real bad. That was cool. Thank you, Matt. And then NMR, this is the most recent request. Oh, which one do I look at, though, man? Oh, God. So scammy, bro. I get it. It's an 886. No, I get you, man. I get it, right? It's like, this is what I had on it. It's an M shape, dude. Look, XABCD. It's an 886. I mean, like, cool. This one's like Troy, right? 88% retrace, bro. Look at the reaction off the 886, the completed wave structure. It's not really maybe a formal harmonic because of the B point's a 786 here. That means it would be a butterfly, but no, I get it. Maybe it's like there's no account for the crazy scam wick. Maybe it's like a shark or something where sometimes on these scams, man, look, it's like candle close, the low, and then the high. So it's the higher high harmonic, and then the 886, right? And that's like, that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, far better than DGB, far better than Algorand, far better than many others. At above 1177, thin order book, clearly, as you just saw that pump. I don't know, man. It's so illiquid. Good luck getting your orders filled. I wouldn't be messing with something like this, even if it was showing something good. Great, man. Show me this one. There are other ones out there that are superior and have way more liquidity, more people exchanging coins per minute, right? Per second than this one. Just a healthier order book. This is just a joke, man. Look at the wicks, the scam wicks. Show it. This shows how scammy and crap this is and how illiquid it is. You want liquidity. This one's not very liquid at all. And yeah, it's all happening where? 88%, 95% retrace from the previous low to the highest high of the run, right? Of course, it's like YFI. It's like it is not wrong to think this is a good area. This is exactly where things reverse, man. All the time. Things lose, things go through a real cycle, a major cycle that lasts for years, and then it ends, and then when the cycle ends, the downtrend lasts for a year or more, and then it finally gets down to levels that are interesting where there's value perceived. The value perceived areas are 88% retraces. This is all happening. This M shape's developing, all at a major 88% retrace. So a local 886 with a major 886, you've got, that's valueception, the inception of value, right? Like the movie Inception, whatever, okay? And it's all happening at ice lines too from history. Look, I mean, you can't make this up. This is real, and it's the evidence is articulated. I'm showing you with evidence, right? Not feelings or opinion. It's just there. I wouldn't trust it, but this is not a bad area. If you were looking at any other chart with more liquidity and more volume, this is a good area. It's a reasonable area. Yep, local on the 8s or lates. Okay. Not sure how total could make hidden bullish divergence when its lowest low was the second low. Anyway, good luck on NMR. And that was your last request. We've been live now 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here. Hold on, I got sirens. My God, man, they're going crazy out there. Yeah, man. Most of these coins suck. They really do. Most of them are terrible. I mean, like, dude, And it could break upward, and it's like, whatever. I get it. We talk about low liquidity jokes. ENS, Ethereum Name Service. Look at the structural development. It's like a rising wedge, undeniable. Rising wedge testing old levels as resistance. You think down, but break upward, whatever. But it's the only one that looks like that. ETC looked kind of okay. I mean, it's like still, look at this, testing a supply line. ETC tested it yesterday. If you break it, man, look at the divergence. You break it, you're near that level, that sweet spot, right? Long-term downtrend, man. All it does, lower highs, low, then all of a sudden the M shape and a higher low happens at an 886. It's interesting. It's intriguing. It's not like DGB or the other one we looked at that was crap, or Algorand. It's making a higher low. Going to Litecoin. Like Litecoin, man, it's been killing it, and been making higher highs, higher lows, and it's just testing 84. I tested it again 2 days ago and couldn't break it. Indecision yesterday. It's fine, but it just, if a pullback happens, as long as it makes a higher low than the previous low, like $51, it's showing more accumulation. It could come down and test $66. That would be the best entry, potentially. If you wanted to long, the best strategic entry might be $66. The old major inflection point is so important. It's like, look, you got a back test in April 2019 before it went insane, right? Look, I mean, you've had multiple bullish back. When it breaks $66, look what happens on the back test. Litecoin went up 120% in 50 days after a formal back test of $66, right? It was once resistance, it became support. Look what happened this time, back in December 2020. It's unbelievable. It's like, you don't even, I mean, come on, I don't even need to show you how high it went. It goes up 400+% from that formal back test of $66. So if we got it again, could you imagine like how incredible it would be where it does, oh, history repeats itself, oh, and gone, right? After the back test. Oh, God, man. Those ones make me thirsty. There are other ones, man. They're out there. We could check back on big boy QNT. Yeah, it's had a bad couple days. It's down and it can continue to go down. But as long as it stays above $100, you're great here. Such a good argument. So many good things going for this one. Most coins are not showing anything like this. So if you're patient, I think higher prices. But you just need Bitcoin to not crash. Okay. And oh yeah. Speaking of crashing, what would cause everything to collapse? The volatility index. And look what happened. Other work didn't save. So the VIX is up, in a couple of days. The VIX is up 16%. It was up 18% at its highs. But look there, man. That was the top on the S&P 500 in April. This was also the top in August. Question mark, is this the top too for the stock market? Well, it would be reversing at the most perfect area ever. So let's see how high this can go, man. Or if it's just a joke, right?
Mitch, take a look at my previous question. What do you think?
Well, I thought I answered that already. You didn't need to super chat. I appreciate the support. You said on the current double bottom, it has hidden bullish divergence on both RSI and MACD. I'm confused here because, like, are you talking about this low and this low? This low and this low, or this low and this low? Can you help me, Johnny? You can type it real quick. Just tell me the date of like your first bottom, and then I'll in second bottom. That'd be awesome. If you could do that, it would help me. Multiple times this year, Bitcoin has outperformed or stalled out or not dumped when the stock market's dumping. But later, when the stock market kind of stops, Bitcoin's crashed before. So on its own day. Don't be like fooled and think like, hey, it's so good. The Bitcoin's performing well right now, because I remember this time, multiple times this year, the same thing's happened that's happening right now. Waiting on Johnny. Bizzle 4 dub. Thank you. Talking about a double bottom, but I'm thinking, do you mean one low and the second low? I just need one date, man. Maybe two. And that's Saturday divergence. Again, that you can't make hidden bullish divergence when you made a low and then you made the lower low. Right, bearish control zone still sitting around 37. Buyers defended, okay, for the second time. But no edge, really. Not the way it's looking on the oscillators, on the weekly on total. Monday, June 13th. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, right. He was talking about this low. So you can't. We're working on something for those contributions.
Rolls Royce, please, my good Edwardian gent.
I swear down, Matt. I swear down. We'll go busting on the Rolls Royce. Thanks so much, mate. Good bloke. Good bloke, that G-Dog, right? Oh, God, that. Do the red coat, though. Yeah, so one low, then the second low. This is a lower low. So it is impossible to show hidden bullish divergence. Right? It's also 786 from the COVID low. Weekly, not daily. All right, well, again, we looked at the weekly, and this, once more, is a lower low, right? Where when you use these oscillators, you are using the candle low close, not the wick, right? It is the most important, the candle close. That is where traders are settling up. That is what's real when the candle closes, not the wick. That's intraday. Even still, it's still, with wicks, made lower lows. So you cannot have an argument for hidden bullish divergence when something makes a lower low, right? No weekly hidden. Weekly hidden. Hidden bullish. Again, how can hidden bullish divergence exist when it made a lower low? That's the question. Can anyone out there help me? Chat. It's just Johnny in chat. I know I'm only talking to him and no one else talks in chat ever. So monthly. It's not a... Look, man, if you're looking at the monthly, how is this a double bottom again? It just had a bearish engulfing candle. Okay. Bearish engulfing candle. Lowest monthly candle close since December of 2020. Multi-year lows on the monthly on total. Just now. That is not hidden bullish divergence because you look, man, if it keeps up, sure, and you get closer to neutral, by all means, but it's so elevated on negative momentum still, right? So close to the highest levels ever. What if it just starts dumping again off that bearish engulfing candle and then starts building negative momentum, starts going red again? So, I mean, like, it maybe could, but not yet. It's too early on them. We need multiple more months of waning negative momentum and getting closer to neutral. It's just there's just too much negative momentum right now. IMO, in my opinion. And for anyone saying there's a double bottom, first off, double bottoms aren't real double bottoms until they break the neckline, okay? This is a potential double bottom, okay? Potential double bottom. The neckline is the one peak that gives you, the two discernible bottoms. It is a potential double bottom until it breaks the neckline. Until then, it can fail and just roll over, whatever. But if it ever breaks that neckline, then you can call it a confirmed double bottom. But not until. So it's certainly not a double bottom. And if you look at the monthly, it's a joke. Like, it's not even I mean, on the monthly, it's not a potential double bottom at all. It's not. It's a bearish engulfing candle, confirmed multi-year lows on the monthly, right? And not a really good start to this month either, huh? So maybe on the daily, I understand, right? Buyers have defended this level for the second time, but there could just be remaining demand here. Limit buys. It's a huge market, man. There's a lot of people out there, right? So there could have just been a lot of bids there. And I do like the spring back test of spring, and that's why I'm not ruling out at all that there could be a run to the top of this channel, even to 960, and it still would be in a long-term downtrend. It would still be making, it just made its lowest low in years, even on the daily. It could run up. It could go up 15+%, 17%, make a lower high, back test levels as resistance, roll over, and still in a downtrend. Look at the 200-day moving average there as well. So, I mean, like, that, and that's why, because it's possible that happens, why we're looking for altcoins that are showing us a really nice discernible edge for an opportunity to take a shot, just in case, but we also understand we are in a long-term downtrend, okay, on total, on Bitcoin. And if we completely understand, like you can't be surprised, even liking Doge, being long on Doge or Shiba or QNT or whatever. If they fail and they fall below the key levels, we completely understand because the macro is terrible. The macro is in a downtrend long term, and there's no arguing with that, okay? We're just trying to catch the wave up potentially because buyers defended a couple times here. And there could be upside, but I have no hope or faith that there is upside. Not even close. I just like a few altcoins at key levels and what they're doing at those key levels. Possible hit, possible, yeah, but give it 3 more months, man. Possibly, man, of course. But again, as I've stated on the monthly, there's just too much negative momentum still, and you just barely engulfed. There's no like, hey, you'd be looking for hidden bullish divergence when there's a bullish reversal candle that has appeared. Again, I think if you had upside on total, it's very limited. It's about 17-18% upside max. And it could be so weak that it doesn't even come close to going up there because the stock market and the VIX spikes even higher. Remember, up 18% in 2 days. 786 from COVID. I understand. And that, again, right, it's 786s. Even if it's not the major bottom, you can catch reactions. I get that. Look, he's talking about this. We anchor here, all right? We'll just go from the 2018 low to the high. It's 786 or COVID crash, whatever. Yeah.
Thanks for looking. Appreciate you.
It hasn't even.
It's curious that there is possible monthly hidden with bullish divergence on the weekly at 786 from COVID.
There you go. Look, it still has not even formally actually touched a 78% retrace. Let me see. I'm going to get pinpoint accurate right here. That's perfect. We go up to the top. That's perfect. And officially, you did touch a 78. That's okay. If you're hitting a 786, like pretty much perfectly on the 21st of November, we know at these fib nodes, you get reactions. Not always, man. Look at the 50% retrace. It was almost like, hey, man, we're double bottoming here. Look at that rally off of the 50% fib node. You even reacted at the 382. So that's what I'm saying. I think ultimately an 886 would be the absolute best. But a 786, you catch a reaction. And that's what could take us to the higher levels. But I don't think it's going to reverse the trend. I think it makes them an 88% retrace lines up with the strongest supports area anyway. 388 to 420. That's probably the long-term bottom, even if we catch a rally off of 786. But I just did COVID crash, and you saw it. It touched it. It touched it not even on the first local low from the 8th. It actually touched on the 21st, so that's cool. But not very impressive right now. I mean, it's like, come on, man, do something. So it's like, just if you know that, it's wise to use traditional technical analysis on altcoins that are showing us what we want to see, right? Like Bitcoin Cash. There's a great argument for upside. but we understand if we wake up and we're stopped out because the market's crashed, we can't be surprised because we knew and we know total's in a long-term downtrend, and it's been that way. But dang, man, you got assets like Bitcoin Cash hitting lowest lows since 2018, man. I get it. But buyers defended once and then twice, and you're back testing the spring just like Total, and that's why we understand Total has some upside, just like Bitcoin Cash has some upside here. But we have no emotional connection to this trade. None. Just like Doge, Shiba. No emotional connection, just love the technicals. They're good. They're presenting an argument for upside, but doesn't mean it's going to happen. Okay, anyway. All right, so I've been live an hour and 30 minutes. Hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks everyone for being here. Bitcoin, in the last 4 hour candle did engulf, and it's kind of holding up on the new day. But remember, and it may not even, it's not over yet. Look at me, there's a downtrend here on Bitcoin. Look at the midterm downtrend, very well established. You got to love it. The touches, it's gorgeous. And there's the heart line. And you're working on possibly, it's still so elevated on positive Momo, so it may not be valid yet. But you could be working on hidden bearish divergence if given enough time, enough lower prices where you lose more positive Momo. But right at that heart line. Yeah, band's freaking nice. It's been really nice. BK. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything between. Be sure to, if you want to support this channel, 100% crowdsourced, join the Patreon. Patreon link is pinned above. Here it is. But you can join the Patreon, or you can join the Patreon in the same way in the Discord. And you go, I will show you how to do it if you do want to join the Patreon. That way, there's not really any difference. There's not. It's just we're offering the amenity on both platforms now. And that's cool that we can do that. If you go right here, you scroll up in the Discord and you just click server subscriptions. It's never been there before. It is now. And there you go. You have multiple ways you can support this channel and community. 100% crowdsourced. All right. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back. Very grateful for all the contributions today and every day. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.